Today we will discuss the registration process with regard to the upcoming legislation on goods and service tax. My name is Rajat Mohan. I am a chartered accountant, company secretary and DISA qualified professional. I have qualified the certificate course on indirect taxes. I have written many books on GST being published by Bharat Law House. I have written over 100 articles on various tax matters including GST. Conducted various workshops and seminars on GST for various authorities. Let us start our presentation on the registration process under the upcoming GST regime. I find it very important to tell you all that GST registration being a procedural aspect has not been discussed much in any of the central government or state government reports till July 2015. In July 2015, the first time a report came only on the registration process by the joint committee formed by empowered state finance ministers. I have prepared this presentation on the basis of this report as well as various other documents available in public domain, which I will discuss with you in the coming slides. First and foremost, we must understand what is the threshold limit for registration. Threshold limit of registration is the limit beyond which registration shall be compulsorily acquired by an entity. The exact limit of this threshold has not been given by the report. However, the report mentioned that gross annual turnover will be calculated for all the supply of goods or services, whether they are exports or exempted goods, to be calculated on all India basis, meaning thereby if there is an entity which has 3 offices in 3 separate states and 3 registration for each state, then threshold limit will not be applicable on state-wise basis but to all the entities collectively. If the gross annual turnover limit is being pierced by any entity, then it is required to file an application with the authority within 30 days. Now coming to the most important topic of input tax credit. The report was very clear. In case any entity who has filed a registration within 30 days of applicability of GST law, then input tax credit will be available from the date of such application. Whereas if there is a delay in filing the registration application, then the input tax credit will be available from the date of registration and not from the date of application. Now coming to the structure of GST registration number. GST registration number, that is GSTIN, will be a 15-digit alphanumeric state-wise PAN-based code. First 2 digits, that is digit 1 and digit 2, will be a state code. Next 10 digits will be your PAN number. Entity code will be digit number 13. Digit 14 would be left blank and digit 15 will be a check digit. Now coming to the actual procedure of registration. In case of a new applicant, he is required to apply online for a registration number. Once an application has been made, acknowledgement number would be generated and issued to the applicant via SMS and email. Applicant, based upon his login ID GSTIN, can log on to the system and change his password. Existing applicant, you all will appreciate that till today there are various laws in indirect taxes like state VAT, central excise, entertainment, octroi, entry tax. All these acts have separate registration, separate numbers, etc. Now these numbers, etc., have to be unified all over India. The data till now collected by various state agencies were different. Now the data has to be uniform. All the state agencies are already working on the updation of data in their portal so that at the time of convergence into GSTN, there is a seamless flow of data from state authorities to the GSTN. Even though if the data is not correct or is faulty, it needs to be updated by the applicant himself. Once an applicant wants to register itself with GSTN, then he will update the details with regard to mobile, email ID, date of incorporation, address, permanent address, temporary address, authorized person, etc. on the portal itself. After updating all these details, GSTN will give an acknowledgement and issue the GST identification number. Now let us see what are the major points that will be seen at the time of making an application for registration. GST portal will itself verify or validate various information that are already available with the Government of India. Example, PAN will be validated with the website of CBDT. Aadhaar number will be validated with the website of UIDAI. SIN number of a company will be validated with the website of MCA. Other codes like IEC, custom number, etc. would be verified with various other departments online. Once an application has been checked with regard to all these details, GSTN system will forward the application to the state or central authorities. State or central authorities will further send it to the jurisdictional officer who would be required to check all the details mentioned in the application together with the supporting documents. If he is not satisfied with regard to any point, he would be required to file an online query for such application, to which applicant will be submitting his reply. In case he finds everything correct, then application shall be disposed of within 3 days and registration certificate will be issued. This is a great initiative by the Government of India, whereby all the procedures with regard to GST would be made online, and deliveries of work would be made in a seamless manner. I hope with this presentation you are able to make out the registration process under the GST regime, and for any further clarification on these points, please feel free to write me at rajat.mohan@ici.org. Also, log on to the website of gstsms.in for more videos, reports, presentations, news, views, etc. You can also leave your mobile number on my website so that we'll keep you updated by way of SMS. Thank you once again.